another episode of Boring History. My name is Angela and today's episode is probably going to be relatively short and rather vague because I wanted to have a look at Tibetan sky burials. But it's super hard to find credible information on them, but they're still kind of interesting, so I still wanted to make the video and, well, here we are. Also, I'm going to try my absolute best with pronunciations as we continue, but if I suck, I apologize. Alright, so where to begin? Well, the people of the Qinghai-Tibetan Plateau of Central Asia still to this day dispose of the majority of their dead via sky burials. This is a practice which is entrenched in Buddhist and ancient Bon religious practices which are observed in Tibet. For those of you who don't know what a sky burial is, it's the practice of leaving a corpse, either complete or in many little pieces, out in the open and allowing it to be eaten by either animals or birds such as vultures. In Tibet, the ritual is believed to free the soul of the deceased in preparation for rebirth, whilst also emulating a final act of generosity by providing nutrients for the other creatures that live on the Himalayan plateau. The Qing-Tibetan Plateau exists in a location where the soil is rocky and frozen, meaning the arable land for burials is not easy to come by. Likewise, trees for cremation are also not easy to find. Therefore, certainly the environment can be viewed as an influencing factor on the practice's continuing popularity. It's not only in line with Tibetan religious beliefs, it's also cost-effective. As I mentioned in the Göbekli Tepe video, which I think I can link somewhere up here, the imagery that is associated to sky burials of Tibet can appear rather aggressive. However, the ritual itself is not necessarily so.
Rock-a-bye baby on the treetop.
The Dodoka Gompa, a remote monastery in Tibet's Biru county, is one of 3 that practices the displaying of human skulls that remained from the sky burials. The exact origin of the ritual is unknown, but the monks who safeguard the wall claim that it is representative of the fact that all humans are equal after death. The practice of displaying skulls at Tibetan monasteries was halted during the Cultural Revolution in 1966 and was only resumed again in 2005. The revolution lasted for a decade and it was cultural in its nature in that it targeted the arts and popular beliefs. It's also been suggested that this was the final push that China needed to begin the building of a modernized nation. And yet, despite this so-called modernization, the monks at Dodoka revived the practice of displaying skulls, which would possibly be an interesting point of study from a social identity type of perspective. Maybe. More recently, outside fascination with the ritual, to the point where literally there were tour groups that were organized to go and watch these sky burials, this prompted the Tibetan government to ban sightseeing of the practice, understandably so. And also the Regional People's Congress of Tibet passed a bill to better regulate sky burials in an attempt to preserve or better maintain the practice. And on that note, I'll end this video. I've got a hungry baby and like I said, there's not that much more that you can really easily find on the topic, but hopefully it has been interesting for you. I have got a few sources down below if you want to do your own reading. If you've got any information you'd like to share on the practice, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Thanks so much for joining me today and I look forward to sharing even more boring history with you in the future.